Hello and welcome everyone, Honoree-Louise here with another tag video. So after spending a good chunk of my last video talking about having an MBTI series, I think it's only fair that I let you guys know what my personality type is. And what a better way to do it than to have a fun tag about it. I didn't create this tag, this was created by the amazing Jade, a Jade reader. I'm gonna put the link to her original video down below. You should definitely check her out because she's awesome. And also the original tag video have like super good instruction on how you should do this tag. Anyway, let's get to it. Step 1. Know your male Briggs personality type. So I'm an INTP. Step 2. Answer the prompts that make your acronym. So I'm gonna go through each letter. The first one is I for introvert. You can be outgoing but need to recharge with some calming solitude. Where is your favorite place to read and unwind? Why is this little oasis where you choose to go? I read in bed a lot, like before actually going to sleep. So I would say my bed is just super comfy. And also, reading before bedtime is just convenient. I do also read at this very couch as well. Let's go to the next letter. So N for intuition. Some books are meant to be understood and others are meant to be explored. What book or character stand for an idea that is deeply meaningful to you? For this, I would go with Vivenna in Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I read this, I listened to it on audiobook, so I'm gonna just put a picture somewhere here. Anyway, the reason I choose Vivenna is because I love her character development throughout the book. Especially the way she has to confront her biases and prejudice and, re-examine them. And that's something I think most of us need to do more in our everyday life. Okay, next letter, T for thinking. Non-fiction for some can be tedious, but where would we be without the truth about war? What book, text, or reading material have you found yourself referring to when in need of real-world answers? The thing is, I'm a grad student. I kind of read non-fiction as part of the job for my research, so I don't read non-fiction a lot outside of that. I do, however, need to do some other research for my books. So I'm gonna go with these two books here that I'm using for my world building. The first one is A History of the Vietnamese by K.W. Taylor. And the second one is Sources of Vietnamese Tradition by a bunch of authors. And the reason is the book that I'm currently working on is inspired by Vietnamese culture. I'm really hoping to do this right. Okay, let's move on to the final letter in the acronym. P for perceiving. TPRs are fun to construct and meant to be destroyed. Do you stick to the list or mix it up every now and then? I'm definitely a mood reader, so I do have a really long list, but where in the list is kind of random. I tend to actually read multiple books at a time a lot because sometimes I just get to a point where I was like, I'm not in the mood for this anymore, I need to switch to another one. So that's perfect for the next part of the question. What's the book you put down that you want to pick back up but just haven't been in the mood for. For this, I would go with My Plain Jane by Cynthia Han, Brody Aston, and Jodie Meadows. I really love the first book in the series. It's kind of standalone but series at the same time. And I actually read that in one sitting. For this one, I'm not quite sure why, because I've been really enjoying it, like in the same way that I did enjoy the first book. But I stopped and then haven't gotten back to it. Yeah, I'm kind of halfway through now. And I really need to prioritize this because currently I have like 9 different books in my currently reading list. And this is the one that I've been sitting on for the longest. So I need to get to that. Okay, let's move on to step 3. Answer the question match with your personality type. So I'm an INTP, the thinker. Many people let themselves feel, but you find value in letting yourself think. What books, ideas, or message stuck with you past the last page? Did it change your perspective or solidify an idea? For this, I would go with The Power by Naomi Atterman. I also listened to this on audiobook, so it chose to be here. Anyways, the basic premise of this book is, what if women gain the ability to be able to generate electricity, like electric eels? And that changed the world a lot in interesting and frankly sometimes terrifying ways. There are a lot of ideas in this book that make you think, but one of the things that really stuck with me was when you get this glimpse into the society in the future after a couple of thousand years after the event of women gaining this new ability, you kind of see a reverse of our current world and how people in that world also have certain arguments to justify why women were having the roles that they have and why men have the roles that they have. And you see people doing that in our world as well, even though it's like completely opposite. It really makes you think about how, if you have a certain prior of how things work and you don't look at it critically and, you know, try to see from the other side, then you have confirmation bias and you would be able to justify it one way or another. So yeah, that was the last question. Now I'm gonna move on to step 4, which is to tag people. I'm gonna tag L at Elliot Brooks, Murphy at Murphy Napier, and Frances at Books Undercover. Also, if you would like to do this tag, then consider yourself tagged. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you in another video. Bye!